What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do a Heart's Desire reading for the sign of Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn, you guys are second during the zodiac lineup for group 2. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal. So take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay. So, sitting in y'all's energy before starting the reading, I pretty much picked up on an energy of while I was shuffling the main deck here. Lots of kings, okay? Lots of kings. Your energy has like taken a shift from where it was like last year in the sense of, having too many options, okay? You still have options, but they're not as many as it was, I think, last year, where you were pretty popular in receiving like the Seven of Cups energy. Whereas this time around, you need or are kind of narrowing it down with your options. You may have 2 or 3 people that you're trying to choose from, but I did see like a King of Wands, and I think I saw the King of I think I saw a King of Swords as well. Okay. On top of that, I saw a Five of Swords and a Queen. Not sure, can't really remember which queen it was. It might have been Queen of Swords as well. Okay. And so I feel as though you're going to be put in a position to finally make a decision on who you want to be partnered with. Okay. So it's about time to narrow down. Somebody's about to be friend zoned. Okay. By you, Capricorn. Just entrust in your intuition. Okay. Again, if you haven't already, kind of look at your readings that we've done over the last few days, specifically paying attention to your All My Love reading, which came out yesterday, and probably your Dream Catcher. Okay. And kind of look at those if you haven't already. Okay. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into your reading. Okay. So, we're going to start with one from the top, which is for your present energy, one from the bottom, which is for your past energy, okay? And then one energetically from the middle, which getting multiple energies for you guys. Anytime when I'm aiming, I was aiming for one and then my eyes are shifting to another. So maybe how you're feeling in picking someone right now, okay? Kind of a feeling of going back and forth, if you will, in comparison, just in experiences, maybe dates that have been somewhat similar between the people that you're dating, okay? And just seeing or trying to differentiate between their behaviors or characteristics is something that's kind of prominent energy right now. Okay. We'll look at the bottom of the deck to see what the overall outcome is of this particular energy on your top row. Okay. So let's see what's going on with you guys, Capricorn. So we have for your energy, Seven of Cups again. Okay. What did I say at the beginning before I even put the cards out? Last year, y'all had a lot of Seven of Cups energy, and here it is yet again, okay? Past energy is in a Princess of Swords, okay? And then we have, for the future energy, Death card, Scorpio, okay? Scorpio energy here, okay? So you have double water sign energy with Cups and Death, and then you have air energy, which is Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, okay? You don't have to be dealing with any of those signs. It's just an honorable mention, okay? So take that as you will. You could just have those signs in your birth chart, okay? So wherever they are, maybe you need to pay attention to that placement. Okay. So let's start off with your energy being in the Seven of Cups. Okay. Um, Again, lots of options, but more so I feel like choices to be made. Okay. Again, outweighing your options between the two. Okay. Which one gives you the warm and fuzzies? Which one you possibly feel like you look like or feel more like a brotherly, sisterly type of energy with them, okay? Where you can't really see yourself being in a relationship with them, okay? Each one has good qualities, but what really floats your boat the most, okay, is the best way that I can tell you. But right now, you have a lot going on, okay, Capricorns. Work life, family life, dating life, things like that. But mostly in choosing a shooter, not a shooter, a suitor. Again, maybe a quality that they have in a sense. Maybe Cupid's arrow is aiming you towards one person and away from another. Okay, but cups are dealing with emotions. So, like I said, presently you are in your emotions right now and trying to sort out how each person makes you feel to come to a definitive decision. Okay, and trust your intuition again. Okay, now let's look at past energy for you Capricorns with this Princess of Swords. This princess is holding a sword that's bending and illuminating towards her hand that's above her head. Okay, as you see here, just emanating. Okay, um, honestly, kind of with this Princess of Swords, it's kind of like beneath a like Page of Swords, if you will, in my opinion. Okay, almost like minor arcana in this deck. Okay, so I feel like some, light flirting, if you will, just to see how someone would react to you. Okay, maybe you're considering like who, flirted with who first, kind of vibe, whatever the case may be. Okay, but you were honest in your pursuits, and so were they. Okay, in the past. All right, so does it in the past, either with someone it kind of stayed like that and never really illuminated to anything more than just light flirting. Okay, if it stayed in that realm, then in the past that person was not it then. Okay, and maybe that person still leaves you in confusion. Okay, whereas someone else is maybe a little bit more vocal. Okay, so that's another way to kind of, I guess, break down the characteristics of a person in this present energy with the Seven of Cups. Death energy, okay, meaning something has to end future wise, something's going to end. And like I said, the possibility of you ending or friend zoning someone, okay. Again, Scorpio energy, most of the time, is like not really trying to waste time. If it's not leading anywhere, then it's like light banter, and that needs to stop, of course, especially if you end up choosing someone else. Okay, so that little light flirting, are you ready for that to stop when you make your final decision on someone? Okay, so that's future energy, plain and simple. All right, so let's see what's at the bottom of the deck to see what the overall outcome of this energy is. And it's at a Four of Swords. Okay, Four of Swords. Like I just said, are you ready for that? Okay, are you ready to invoke a more solidified relationship or connection with someone else? Wondering if they're ready for that. Maybe their actions have been showing that. Okay, but Four of Swords is reflection. Okay, looking and outweighing your options. Okay, it's not going to be a very easy choice because Capricorn, you are digging both of them for particular reasons, but you have to figure out what really attracts you to these people. Okay, one more than the other. Okay, not just in physicality, you need to look at the overall objective here. Okay, so let's get into your clarifying deck, which I'm going to go ahead and shuffle. We do have the Hanged Muse and the Fool here in the middle of the shuffle. All right. So, pretty much looking at a different perspective of starting over, possibly. Maybe neither one is an option for you, and you just feel like just chilling right now. Okay. Um, Especially if no one is, seeming to pursue you, it's more so you pursuing them. Okay, maybe for some of you it's not time yet. You still need to allow things to grow and mature, until you feel comfortable in, being monogamous with someone. Okay. um, Again, through I think this year we've mostly focused on Capricorn, you having bigger things to worry about. Like I mentioned before, you got a lot of things going on: work life, family life, trying to pursue personal endeavors. So right now maybe it's not the time for a relationship. Okay, but you do have plenty around you to choose from. Okay. So just be mindful, okay? Don't dangle bait in front of people, um, if you know you're not going to really be there to continuously feed them, okay? So let's go ahead and clarify here. One for the Seven of Cups, present energy. One from the bottom for the past energy, Princess of Swords. And then one energetically from the middle, which I'm going to go directly to this one here, which is for future energy, the Death card. And then we'll look at the bottom of the deck momentarily to clarify this Four of Swords energy and the outcome of the clarifying row. Okay, so let's see what you guys have here, Capricorns. You have Queen of Emotions, which is Queen of Cups, shocking. 9, totaling out to 9, feeling very accomplished. Maybe you're getting things done in your personal life. That leaves room for the possibility of adding a counterpart, if you will, okay? Or being satisfied with how your life is going right now, okay? Everything's kind of like peachy keen and blue skies, okay? We then have in the past 10 of Emotions, which is 10 of Cups, okay? Lots of water energy here, okay? Then we have future placement of future energy, which is the Wheel, okay? Or as better known as the Wheel of Fortune. Change, okay? For your future energy, all right? So let's get back to this beginning part of the present energy for you, okay? Queen of Emotions with 7 of Cups, okay? Again, presently you're feeling very secure within yourself. Again, this Queen I'm adding to, you're headed to 9, but this is actually 8. Getting some balance or walking away from something when I think about it in dealing with numerology. Eight of Cups is usually denoting something about walking away, okay? And something you're probably going to possibly walk away from something that is not serving you, okay? Which is for your highest good, okay? And being in the Queen of Emotions means that you're able to keep a lid on maybe those, childish little feelings, those immature feelings of, oh, he makes me laugh. It needs to be more than that. Laughing ain't gonna pay the bills. If you're looking for somebody in the sense of a really stable relationship, okay, as far as thinking of long term goals, you're keeping a lid on that. That is what the Queen of Cups does, okay? Does not wear their emotions on their sleeves. Totally opposite of King of Cups, which is very vocal, but very assertive, an assertive kind of vocality about their emotions, okay? So that is where you are presently, okay? You know what you have to do. You have and want balance in your life, okay? And so, you're looking at these options objectively, and keeping a lid on your emotions and thinking very objectively and logically. Okay, so that's where you are in present energy, Capricorn, which is a good place for you to be, which I'm glad for you. Keep that energy up. Okay, so let's get into this past energy with the Princess of Swords and this Ten of Cups. Okay, Ten of Cups is talking about more so wish fulfillment. This is what you wanted in the past, okay? But you weren't really doing what you needed to do. You weren't really vocalizing in the right way. You were being more flirtatious, if you will, back then in the past. And so you've definitely upgraded and kind of feels like you have more realistic goals for yourselves, Capricorn, in what it is that you want, and more realistic to get to this Ten of Cups vibe, okay? But dealing with it a lot better than what you did in the past, okay? That's plain and simple, all right? Which, again, that would be, you know, last year's energy of kind of reminding you guys that you had bigger things to worry about than love at the time, okay? Baby steps when it comes to love, because you don't want to rush into something that you might regret later, okay? So let's get into the future energy, which is the Death card and the Wheel of Fortune, okay? So the Wheel of Fortune usually talks about some form of change, okay? Something is changing within your, you know, your future energy in the sense of how you handle things, and needing to reflect on whatever that last kind of focus is in your life of what you want, okay, and what you don't want, okay. Something has to change. Maybe the type of people you attract needs to change, okay. What you're possibly doing, or, you know, kind of emanating from yourself that attracts a particular type of person, okay, needing to end that, okay, and maybe start looking at a different type of person. Maybe the choices that you have in potential suitors is the same type that you've been dealing with, and it's time for a change, okay. It's time to stop dealing with the same type of people, all right. So I think that's where your reflection is coming from, is you have to understand that you're going to have to change in order to receive change, okay. Think of yourself in higher regard. Do not, you know, belittle yourself, okay. You deserve, everyone deserves better than what they've had, okay. It helps us grow, okay. Do you want to keep dealing with the same type of, you know, potential mate that doesn't really help illuminate your life in any kind of way, okay. So let's see what is clarifying this Four of Swords, okay. Five of Emotions, Cups energy again, with Five of Pentacles underneath, okay. Feeling left out in the cold kind of vibe, cold being denoted here in Cups, okay. Five of Cups is usually almost in the sense of disappointment in a way. And it could be a sense of you being disappointed of, you know, feeling like no one's meeting your standards. And it's because maybe your standards are too low. Maybe you need to, you know, bring your standards up higher. But again, you have to be in alignment with your standards. What you want from someone else, you should also want from yourself, okay. So this Five of Emotions, you know, you have this woman that's kind of standing here in this cloak. There's, you know, all this ice around her. Still waters run deep when it comes to water signs again. And then there's this like moon that's kind of encupped in her arm here, okay, and kind of looking up, okay. But having so much emotion in you and wondering, you know, if it's possible for you to have the love that you want, okay. It means it's time to come to a completion of this old phase in your life of not having a potential mate that deserves you and you deserve them, okay? Equal playing ground, equal playing field, okay? In a sense, is the best way that I can describe this for you. It is possible. You just have to work on the change within you first and get into alignment with who you're looking for, okay? I can't stress that enough. So, let's get into your heart's oracle here, Capricorns, to see what the final decision is, okay? Or what's to come, all right? 3 shuffles here. And then we'll cut by 3s. And then we'll refer to the bottom of the deck for your message. Last shuffle. And again, I can only hope for you guys, Capricorn, that you don't revert back to old ways, okay? Don't revert back to it. If you see your old ways even being, you know, kind of projected at you, notice it as familiar behavior and change it, okay? Change it as in rejecting it. So that way you can push that old trauma away from you and accept new, okay? At the bottom of the deck, we have rebuild, okay? Rebuild. I saw this during pre-shuffle for Taurus, okay? But it didn't come out for them. 16 equaling out to 7, okay? 1, follow your intuition. I cannot stress that enough during your reading. That is the biggest thing, okay, for you guys, Capricorn. 6, reevaluating your life in general. Thus, this 4 of Swords in reflection, okay? Then, equaling out to 7 is inner strength to rebuild and start over, okay? No one likes to begin, especially if it's in regards to love. It's very hard to rebuild a relationship because you've got to go through the how dare we mundane thing of getting to know somebody else and them getting to know you. People forget that when we get into dating and you go on a dating site and everything, you're literally pursuing someone to dedicate themselves to being in a relationship with you. You're bypassing the whole friendship and jumping right into date me, like me, love me. Don't ask me any, other questions. You'll learn the rest as we say I do. It shouldn't work like that, okay? And that's just my personal opinion, okay? So you have to consider that if you're on a dating site, you're literally committing to someone dating you and bypassing the whole, friendship thing. Now, some people, again, that's my standpoint on it. You don't have to think the same way. You can, totally, try to actually befriend someone, but in the back of your mind, you're like, do I want to continue to date this person? And possibly in their mind as well, okay? So really just kind of consider that, okay? But you have this woman standing here and there's, kind of wings behind her with her hands over her heart space. And there's like this bolt of lightning that's kind of almost reminiscent of the Tower card in my opinion, but it almost looks like the bottom of her is built and while the top of her is solid and together, okay? And so it's all about rebuilding ourselves as much as we possibly can, Capricorns, okay? So let's go into the book here. Going to page 61, which is crazy. The card number is 16. It's on page 61. Again, still equaling out to 7. And again, just can't stress enough about, that inner strength and reevaluating and taking a step back on what needs to change in our lives and following our intuition and remembering, through healing, through traumas and getting better, okay? And moving forward to get some balance, okay? You do have sacral chakra underneath that. Maybe that is a chakra that you need to work on. Again, the number 2, focusing on what your joy is, okay? I can only suggest that you go and look at your dream catcher read, and get those messages from there, because that will help tie into this reading. Okay. So your keywords for rebuild are collapse, expose, create, pretense, revelation, and awareness. Okay. The dynamics of a relationship can often be complicated. The longer you've been in a relationship, the more complex it can be. Relationships begin to grow many layers, consisting of joys, sorrows, honesty, and duplicity. As these layers build on top of each other, it becomes increasingly difficult to know what the core of the relationship is based on. What was once love may now appear to be merely tolerance, or worse. Even in good relationships, you may find yourself growing apart from the other person. In either case, the weight of these layers can cause a relationship to collapse. Now may be a good time to start fresh with one or more of your relationships. Peel off the layers one by one, cut away any pretense, and see what may be revealed. Find the core of the relationship and decide if it's still what you want and what you find attractive. If so, then discard the old layers and consciously create a new commitment with this person or persons, one based on truth, honesty, and love. Use the awareness gained by this exercise to steer the relationship on a clear, steady course. The same applies to rebuilding the relationship with yourself. Examine your many layers of joys and sorrows, successes and failures, and think about how they're affecting your ability to love yourself and therefore to find love. Expose the false voices that tell you that you're unworthy and silence them. When you do, your true value will be revealed. Rebuild your life around unconditional love for yourself and invite in unconditional love from others. Your affirmation here is: I cut to the core of my relationships and consciously rebuild them. Okay? I cut to the core of my relationships and consciously rebuild them. The traditional archetype for this card is the Tower. Okay? Just like I said, with that lightning coming and her looking, slightly built on the bottom, all those layers, triangles at the bottom here, bottom half of her, that lightning coming, total Tower moment. Okay, so it's time to rebuild yourselves, Capricorn. Okay, maybe you've been kind of sheltering yourself from doing so and focusing too much on wanting love to come in, but we have to start with loving ourselves first. Okay, so that being said, let's get into your power of surrender, which is the last bit of advice to wrap up your reading, Capricorns. Okay. Really take your time to just, really breathe and re-listen to that message if you need to. Rewind, listen to it as much as you need to. Write that affirmation down and live by it every day, okay, as you reflect on what needs to change in your life and what you need most, okay, for yourself first, and then emanate towards a relationship with others, okay. Cut by threes here, and then we'll go to the bottom of the deck. Surrender obsessive thinking, okay, surrender obsessive thinking. Thinking a lot about love and what it is that you truly want, okay? It shouldn't be hard, but for you, maybe it is, okay? In regards to changing what you think love is, okay? So, or what love is to you. If you're obsessing about a person or situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help bring you clarity or even solve the problem, okay? If you are obsessing about a person or situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help bring you clarity or even solve the problem, okay? You guys will probably benefit off of Sanctuary, which is a meditative oil you can find in my Etsy shop. I would also suggest the Ancestor Blessing Spray to help you. It's a very calming spray, just as much as the meditative oil is also calming. You can take that meditation oil with you on the go, and then the spray you can use at home. Okay. I would then also suggest a plethora of my bath salts, which are my spiritual baths, mostly gearing you towards the fall in love again, lavender light night, and awakening by the beach would be the three that I would suggest for you guys uh, in a series of by month, maybe in a sense of new moon energy, starting with that lavender light night to help relax you and help kind of level your mood a little bit. There's also a lavender Castile soap that you could probably use with that in tandem. It's like an exfoliating bar. And then also the tea, my Golden Bliss Herbal Loose Leaf Blend tea. You can find that on my Etsy shop. I do have a spiritual wellness box, seller's choice, where I can curate a box for you. You can add other items to it if you like. But I especially, sit in your energy and I create a box for you with multiple items from my shop. Right now, it's on sale for 30. It will go up to 50 around December 16th. So catch that $20 off while you can, okay? So I'll put the link in the description box below. You can also go to my About Me page and go directly to my shop from there, okay? I truly wrap myself around you, Capricorns, with the immense hug of self-love and self-care to all of you. Really sit in this energy and just focus on the change that you want and the change and what needs to end, okay? Old behaviors that need to end, all right? Much love and peace to you guys, Capricorns. See y'all in the next reading. Peace.